Hello, everyone, and welcome out to The Good, the Bad, and the Geeky, a podcast where I talk a bunch of geeky stuff. Some good, some bad, but all of it definitely geeky. Today on the show, I have...
Becky Horseman.
And...
Jessica Gibson.
And we're going to talk Dumbo, but before we get to that... Let's talk about our official sponsor of the show, Audible. With over 200,000 titles to choose from, you get easy exchanges, 30 days of membership free, plus a book to get you started. For more information, go to audibletrial.com/goodbadgeeky. Choose your first book free, download the Audible app, and start enjoying your new audiobook now. Or not right now. Or you know what? No, fuck it. Pause our podcast, get that, and then come back when you're done. You'll love us forever.
I love books.
Books are awesome.
Books are awesome. I, too, am a fan of books. I'm really shitty at reading them, though. I have so many books. That's why I listen to them on Audible.
Oh.
And see what I did there?
Right, way to bring it back.
Yeah, bring it back.
Wow, I don't get a high five.
Good job. Yeah. Good job, Jess. Thank you. Oh, shit. Did you know that we're proud members of the It's All Been Done Presents Network? Well, speaking of the network, do you have a vague remembrance of Bare Naked Ladies from the late 90s and early aughts? If you do, you're in good company. Join friends Evan and Saker as they hazily stumble through every single Bare Naked Lady song 1 week at a time. From their first album to their last, driving themselves crazy along the way. Do you know anything about B&L? That's probably more than they do. Strap in for pet theories about vampires, retirement homes, murder, and more with It's All Been Done, a Bare Naked Ladies podcast. Check them out along with all the programs at ibdpresents.com. Okay, guys, we're going to talk about Dumbo.
Wow.
Directed by Tim Burton, starring people that I can't think of right now. Danny DeVito, Michael Keaton, Colin Farrell. I won't say Firth later. That's a common thing I have. I won't mess that up later. I have a feeling I won't. But, I have that much... Yeah, I'm that good. I won't mess that up at all. Yeah. But we're going to talk about Dumbo, and we have thoughts on them. I probably have more crazy thoughts. You'll probably wish that I was drinking during this. It would have just this might make everything worse. I feel sorry for you ladies, but it's going to be great. I know it's going to be great. Oh, well. Well, you heard it first. Is the show going to be good? Oh, well. So, here's after the break, us talking about Dumbo. Roll it. Well, everyone, welcome out, as you heard in the intro, we're going to talk Dumbo, and what we'll do is we'll start with overall opinion, just real quick, quick hits, what we thought, and then I'll pass it over to you guys, and I'll actually go, last time Becky was here, actually I think you were here too, I went counterclockwise, I'm going to go clockwise this time.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
the pressure's on.
So Becky, lead us.
Well, I didn't hate it. But I didn't.
Strong there.
But I didn't love it. It was.
You feel like those right now. Your response is like those aliens in Futurama. It's like I feel very one way or the other about it. Like where they're neutral.
I don't know. There were parts I liked. I just wanted to hug the baby Funty and take him home with me.
I'll go with that. Yeah.
And the mama Funty, I wanted to hug her. I wanted to hug them both. I wish I was a giant.
So could we just say maybe the elephants were cool?
They were beautiful.
They were very beautiful.
All right. We'll get to the humans later. Jess.
At least one of them was also beautiful.
Okay. Now here's the thing. Well... Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Are we all talking about Colin Farrell? Because that's who I'm talking about.
Well, so here's the thing. My brain went to who I thought was the real MVP of the movie for me acting-wise, and I realized it's not who you were talking about because he is not the most handsome man in that movie. Anyway, so what did you think of the movie?
I feel like I was super into it for the first half, and then once Michael Keaton showed up, I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
We just steamrolled. We went from a slow build to a fast build.
Right. And okay, yeah, I agree with that. And so part of the first half of the movie because here's the thing, when you watch the trailer, you know Keaton's the bad guy. Like, it's very clear. Yeah. And then
don't trust this bit.
Yeah. But what's interesting too is that my only question was, well, how is this going to play out? Because they leave it open that Danny DeVito might, like, he sold out, and so he might still be a bad guy too. But again, pretty quickly they dispel that. So the first half of the movie was like, how is this going to unfold? Because they've already kind of chucked out some of the basic stuff of Dumbo out the window.
Yeah.
So how is this going to play out, or where is it going to, even though I know where it's going to end, but still, where is it going? And then Michael Keaton shows up, and I was like, well, fuck, this is that movie now. And, which I knew he was coming up, so I don't know.
Him and his fun hair. Wishu, wishu, wishu.
It's
his hair sound. That's his sound effect for his hair.
So let's talk about Michael Keaton, because he is in my opinion, one of the best and also the worst parts of the movie. And I don't think, here's the thing, Michael Keaton fucking commits to anything he does, and this is one of those movies, like, there's the part where he's, so again, if you hear this in the intro, there's spoiler alert, people. We're going to talk spoilers. But like, when he destroys his own park at the end, where he's just flipping dials and shit, he looks fucking insane.
Yeah.
And then it's almost just like Tim Burton's like, I'm just going to let Michael just be Michael for a bit. I'm just going to hold the camera there. And I'm sure the editor's like, are you sure? Because we could definitely cut away now. It's like, no. We're just going to see him go crazy because he's Michael Keaton and I like Michael. And, he didn't get to do that with Batman. And you're just like, no, you should have cut away. There's too much time of him looking at, because there's no point for any of this shit. You cannot be that blind that you are destroying shit around you. I don't care how much.
He was just so incensed by rage that he didn't care anymore.
I know that's what it should be, but like when it's very clearly, the shot is establishing like, there's fucking shit blowing up Ryan for like, no, like you, or... No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I literally... so in my brain, I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. It's like, I would have him add a line of dialogue. I'm like, do you see this shit? Why is this going wrong? But they've already told him, you're going to destroy the park.
And he didn't care.
But what good is you pressing that button? Is going to stop
Maybe
the fucking
had a
flying
large
elephant.
Insurance policy.
He's a flying... But that's fuck that movie. So for it's an enjoyable movie, I guess. It makes me angry though as I talk about it, because I was watching because I really wanted to like the movie. I really did, like, love it, I should say. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was just kind of in the middle, and that to me is I have so many feelings, and that to me is what's more insulting about the movie, is that it's like Dumbo didn't need to be remade. But you're doing it, and you've added nothing to it necessarily.
No, but they did take some stuff away.
They did.
Oh, they did. Well, that's what I'm saying.
My favorite part.
The Crows.
The Crows song. Their song is brilliant, and no one can convince me otherwise.
Their song it's super racist. They're super racist.
It's
their characters are racist.
Their character name.
There we
100%.
go. Jim Crow.
It's racist. But the song was fabulous.
Brilliant.
I did like, though, that Danny DeVito, like, his character kept singing the train song.
Yes, the
Casey Jr.'s going down the tracks.
Da, 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 da.
Casey
Okay.
Jr.
By the way, my MVP of the movie was Danny DeVito, because anytime he was on screen, like, I was just like, first off, he's not a bad guy. He's not fucking crazy. And if he is, he's just like eccentric crazy, not like Frank from It's Always Sunny crazy, because that's usually the character he gravitates towards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a little slimy, but it's like
But with
half
a
of
heart
the
of gold.
slimy stuff is like what
Yeah.
he did to save the
circus.
circus.
Yeah.
Right, like even back then, like again, his eccentricness is just like, go ahead and tell the paper a baby elephant. Was it Medici's circus had baby elephant? Blah 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 blah. And so he does what he was told, and then he's like, "Don't put that in the paper.
Never do what I tell you to do without checking with me first."
Right. And then the monkey. I know it's a CGI monkey, but that was just mild, just horribly entertaining to me.
Yeah, how
yes,
it's the person. How the monkey's a person that just can't speak English.
He's like, "Do you always keep a monkey in your drawer?" I forget what his response was.
It's like
only for emergency?
Only occasionally or something.
But I was just like, I mean, in the trailer that was a good line. I was like, damn it, that's funny.
Yeah, I loved when the monkey was in like the dress and the wig.
Yeah,
with the burning
clowns
house thing.
Yes.
And the monkey's like so into Dumbo, like too. He's like, yeah, Dumbo, I don't know what you're gonna do, but yeah.
Right. Okay, now I did like that a little bit where they kind of gave him 2 chances with the. I mean, they kind of did it in the because I rewatched the animated. They kind of do him in the burning thing twice, but I like it that he's the fireman the first time. In the animated, he's not the fireman. Because the first time he goes up and it's successful, so the second time they push him up higher, which is more terrifying for him.
Oh my god! Every time they put him up high, I was like,
he's just a baby.
I was like, this is where I'd have a mental breakdown. Is on this platform up here, I'd be like, oh, I can't get help.
Okay, yeah. So Michael Keaton. Beyond that though, he's Michael Keaton, so it's like I have this weird like I am intrigued to see him be evil and play it up to the 9.
Yeah.
But there was little shit, and that's more directorial. Like there's a shot lingering too long. Like at what point did you not reel him in? Like I appreciate you're letting Michael Keaton do full Michael Keaton, but even Beetlejuice needs to be wheeled back some a little bit. Sorry, I actually did a wheeling like and hit the microphone. Shame reel that shit in, Timmy. Timmy B, we're close. Yeah, we're friends. Okay, so now that I've calmed down a bit, what does anyone else think about anything else regarding this movie? Okay, so I can get jazzed up again.
How his first response was, we have a show opening Friday. She's going to ride the elephant. I was like, what? Do you not understand that, like,
he's just a baby.
And he just learned to fly like 5 minutes ago.
Your answer is always, he's just a baby.
What makes you think he can carry a human woman on his back? Like, what?
That's true.
I mean, he probably weighed, baby elephants are what, 250? Like 200, 250 pounds, roughly.
I thought we were going for like 2,000 pounds.
No, the babies are like
500.
No, I think it's like 2 something.
You know what? Google exists. We're gonna find out.
Because they always announce it at the Columbus Zoo when they have baby funties.
They do,
and it's like 200 and some pounds.
Right, but I also feel for the sake of even, and this could be because they're basing it off of the original. I feel like
200 pounds.
Oh shit,
African elephant.
So you figure, Eva Green,
Asian,
is that, like, she's probably, I don't want to be,
130?
So, I mean, that's like, 2/3 of his weight? Like, he's just a baby! Like, he can't!
He's a wee one.
Yeah!
He's a wee one, he is.
He's so small.
He's so small.
With the cutest face.
Yeah,
I did like this, which I did not know, but apparently it's what they did in the original. Elephants' eyes, they're not that way. Like if you look them straight in the face, you're not going to be able to see both eyes necessarily.
Like
you'll see like the contour, like a horse. Yeah. And so with Dumbo, they designed him specifically to look unlike a normal elephant, so you can see both of his eyes.
That's why he looks like a human baby, and we're all like, oh, I love him.
So I will say this too, which I like. Again, this movie is clearly not for me as like I wanted it to be. Like Aladdin or Lion King will probably be more at my alley, but there are hesitations. But they nailed Jungle Book to me. But again, Jungle Book needed to be remade though, because if you rewatch the original, it's entertaining, but it's literally just a series of vignettes. And the only thing that's the best part is the music, and that's all anyone remembers. But it's just like, no, what's the plot? Shere Khan doesn't show up. Shere Khan. Wouldn't that be awesome if Cher just shows up?
We have to kill the man cub.
Yeah, it's exactly. Do you believe in love after love? and then it's like a battle with the fingers.
I want to see that.
That would be and she's wearing like beautiful, like she's a tiger. Anyway, so Shere Khan doesn't show up in the original until like I think really towards the end of the movie, almost like Mad Madam Mim. It's like he shows up and I'm like, no, there's no plot to the movie.
Yeah,
this one is like, oh wait, so that's what I was like. Dumbo
you sound like the vultures.
Oh wait, yeah.
We're your friends.
Oh, that's right, because they're the Beatles. Yeah. We're your friends.
To love it.
I like how they actually did. Okay, this could be like I must have read it. I might have read it, and it might not have been true. But I swear someone said they did try to get the Beatles or some of them.
I've read that too, and they were like, no.
Yeah. Well, and what was funny was this is like 62, 63 because Disney died in 64 or something. But they were talking about how it's like. We don't put our likeness in animated cartoons. And then, like, towards the end of the 60s, they did Yellow Submarine, and then they did the ABC Saturday morning cartoon show. And they're just like, are you freaking kidding me? So their little nod was there, we're just going to make them like the Beatles, because fuck them.
And that one has the hair.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm sure probably some part of Disney thought before he passed, he's like, I'll totally get the Beatles. Because I got that one broad from England, got to make the little Mary Poppins movie.
It's true. Winkety wink.
Winkety wink. Now, I have no idea if that was true or not. That would have been cool if it was, about the Disney probably wanting to do it. But there's a part of me that assumes that he would probably like, I'm Walt Disney. I can get whatever the fuck I want. I got Mary Poppins from an old British broad. And
It's true.
Sorry, broad as the classic 60s Donald Duck term. Hello, Toots.
Oh, goodness, Donald.
If you want some hilarity, but it's totally offensive today... Not as bad as the Jim Crow stuff in Dumbo, but watch like Donald Duck talk to women, and not Daisy Duck. Like Three Caballeros, there are scenes where he's talking to real women, and he's like, and he's like chasing them, and you're just like, this is hysterical in the context of the era that it's from.
Or like Pepe Le Pew, you're like, whoo.
Ooh. Oh, no, yeah.
Well, yeah, you watch Pepe Le Pew now, and it's like, oh, no.
But there is a part of you that is just like, yes, but I also, I hope. I could be wrong. If you're...
Oh, I laugh at Pepe Le Pew.
I do, too.
And he always gets shut down, so
he does.
He never... Well, what was the one where I think the cat actually falls in love with him, and he wants nothing to do with the cat?
At the very end.
Yeah.
Like, it flips. I can't remember how that one started.
Because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like the Roadrunner. At one point, he does catch the Roadrunner, but he can't keep him because Roadrunner... It was one of those ones where they get into the tunnel, and it keeps getting small, and they stop and see how small they are, and they go back through. And it was Chuck Jones' way. He was like, yeah, the coyote did catch the Roadrunner. He just couldn't do anything with them because when they went back in, the Roadrunner got normal size, and the coyote was still super small. So then he just looked up and grabbed onto his leg, and that's how the cartoon ended. And you're just like... Cool, I guess. Thank you, Chuck. But it's probably the same thing with Pepe. But we're not here to talk about, them roadrunners or coyotes. We're here to talk about if I've seen an elephant fly. And that was not in that movie.
It was not.
About everything when I see an elephant
fly
with the wind. They did have a couple of lines from it with the one.
Oh, jeez.
Let's get ready to rumble guy.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so I'm watching that and I'm like, really? Yeah. Really? Are you like a WWE fan? There's no, there's no need for that. That's the stupidest camp. I'm getting mad again.
Because he did the whole, you've seen a house fly, you've seen a horse fly, you've seen a dragon fly.
I feel like that might have been a reshoot or something where they're just like, we need someone with whatever for that voice. And also, there's not enough original film references in there. Why don't we just fucking throw some of the lines from the original song in? Fucking movie.
They didn't have...
me so mad.
So they had the music for Pink Elephants.
With those even bubbly elephants.
Yeah, and they had... Even leading up to it, when the ladies were, doing their... Woo! Showgirl dance.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I can hear Pink Elephants in this score.
Yeah.
And then they did the bubbles, and I was like, oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
But I want
Drunk Dumbo.
the song.
Because that's... So if you don't remember at home, that's actually how they find out that he can fly. Is that he gets... In which, by the way, the movie's only 64 minutes long.
Yeah, it's short.
It's super short. And that happens about almost 45 minutes in. Is that they do the Pink Elephants thing, which is like a long song. It's like 5-6 minutes. And then when he wake up, they're in a tree, and that's where the crows come in. The crows only show up at the end, too. But they're just like, what is that? What are you doing here? What do you mean? What are you doing down here? Yeah,
Timothy the mouse.
Timothy the mouse.
None of the mice speak in this.
So
FYI.
None of the animals really do.
They all understand English.
Apparently.
Yes.
Fluently.
Yes.
They do not speak
from birth.
Yeah.
So why, if we're going to remake something, why do we feel the need to make it too realistic, I guess?
Was it realistic?
No, in terms of, we can't have the animals talk. It's already...
yeah, when they can clearly understand English, why not make Timothy talk?
Right.
Well, because he got replaced with the little kids, I guess.
But we didn't need the little...
So precocious. That little girl thinks she'll be a scientist.
Oh, yeah. That won't happen until, the 90s. Sadly,
right.
I mean, really, like, it won't become mainstream, which I also just felt it was just like, Disney's got your back, feminist. And I was like, it was like, fuck you. But I felt like it was more insulting in how, maybe it's, okay, I also don't have little kids, so that was something I think I started saying, I stopped saying it, was all the kids in the audience ate it up. Like, Dumbo looked happy. Like, during Pink Elephants, he was having fun looking at the elephants.
Yeah.
All the kids in the background were like, oh, Dumbo's happy. I'm like,
I know, right?
Fuck you, we know Dumbo's happy.
He was adorable.
Oh, Dumbo's sad. So cute. Dumbo sees his mommy. Oh, Dumbo's walking. Oh, Dumbo's taking a bath. Dumbo's doing anything.
Dumbo in the bath was adorable.
Yeah.
Can we just have a reality show that's just Dumbo and his mom doing stuff,
walking around?
And can I hug them?
Well, is this like Circus Dumbo or like Dumbo in the Wild? Because that was an ending too. Didn't see that.
I feel like the elephants would have murdered him, but that's cool.
No, I did too.
Like, why are you flying? Kill it.
Right, you're different than us. Murder it because it's the wild and we don't like things that are different.
And how did
the Jungle Book?
They're like, we're gonna put you on a ship to go somewhere, and no one's taking them there. What's to stop the people on the ship from reselling the elephants?
Well, it's not happening now because the movie didn't do great, but at opening weekend, even though they feel they have strong numbers, like, no, you don't. Hellboy's coming out, Shazam's coming out, and then the big daddy Avengers is coming out, and you don't give a fuck about Dumbo. It's done. You're not going to pour any more money into it, I don't think. But the only thing I could think of, because I was watching, I was like, a sequel is going to be how they got there in the jungle, or we got to get Dumbo back to save the circus or whatever. But will he come back? And I'm like, no, I don't know. Well,
because he has waterfalls and
fronties. The circus, and also like 12 balloons can lift Eva Green off the air. Jesus. Maybe that's why she can fly on Dumbo's back, because she weighs nothing.
True.
She has the greatest talent of all, weighing nothing.
Conspiracy theory.
But I will say, so that was something else too. Like, again, this is super nitpicky, but I was like, you could have shown it, because I feel like usually in a normal movie they would have shown that scene where she's trying to teach him about the leg. And because they do that, and I was like, well, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, well, it doesn't, it's not, the coolness is not earned, I guess. Usually in a training montage scene, which they kind of had, they would show her like, no, I'm going to mount you now, please, kick. And then he steps on her toe or something, haha. Yeah. And then maybe it leads with, well, we're going to see if we get this. And then he does it right.
Yeah. Well, because they had to build trust, but they did. Clearly they did, but you didn't see that. Yeah. Maybe if they would have cut part of the scene at the end with Michael Keaton and the destruction porn.
Hey, 10 seconds, man, is all it takes from that scene to cut that out.
Right, and then added a little bit of, like, the trust building between Dumbo and Eva Green's character.
Because we know that time passed. Right. At, like, a few days, max a week.
Because they got in Monday. They did the...
Like Fridays when we're
the show was supposed to be.
So we know time passed and they've been training all week.
Right.
But it's like, it just goes like that, and Colette, I think was her name, turns on Michael Keaton real quick. Like, he's a douche.
Well, he took the nets away. That was not cool. That's right. That was a dick move.
I feel like she's just like, you can do whatever. You can, like, be mean to these little children. I don't care. And also there was a line in there that I was like, I want to see more of this story. But it's not about her, it's about Dumbo, which was, she's just like, oh, I know what I am to him. I'm just another jewel in his crown, whatever. Yeah. I was just like, so you're a hooker, technically.
Maybe she's just arm candy. You don't know if they boned. Maybe she's just an escort.
It's a Disney movie. She's arm candy.
Damn it, Disney.
Damn it, Disney.
No, but I just was like, well, that's fascinating, because then it's like, I felt that added to her character, and then it didn't do anything. Which, again, it's Dumbo, so it's like, we got to get to Dumbo being the lead, and I get that. But I was like, well, that's fascinating, and then it's gone. Like a lot of things in this movie.
He's adorable.
Because he's a baby.
He's a baby.
He's a baby.
A cute baby. A precious darling.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I was expecting him to be successful, because everybody knew who he was.
Yeah.
But it seemed like the whole thing was just a gamble to try and get money out of Alan Arkin.
Yeah.
Like, it's like he pushed all his money into Dreamland to make it, and what he wanted was financial backers, and it doesn't make sense to me.
No,
no, it does not.
So here's the other thing, too. I know Tim Burton used to work for Disney. I know he has feelings about Disney. I felt like the last half of the movie was a slam against Disney, but it then said nothing about it. Like, it's not... Or it didn't even, like, try to reverse it, being like, well, no, progress for the sake of progress is not good, but progress for, humanity or whatever, to the
amusement did have, like, the Carousel of Progress in there.
No, it did.
It was totally like Disneyland in disguise.
Yeah, like Tomorrowland.
Yeah, and a lot of the old rides I felt like were like some of the original rides from the original Disneyland or parodies of them, like the spaceships went up, balloons. I remember I had a play set when I was little, where granted the figures didn't move, they didn't have arms, but like they were little like plastic figures, and you could put them in like the rocket one where it would go up and down like this. Mm-hmm. But but it was supposedly the original Disneyland rides. And like some of the or the rocket ones in there looked like that, a little bit more steampunky.
Yeah.
But I just wish if you're gonna do that, say something a little bit more with it. And I felt like, are you saying Disney is 100% evil, or is it because the people under Disney are not evil? But are you saying you know what I mean? That's how you could take it. It's also Dumbo, so it's there's no greater meaning to anything except for. Can the elephant fly and make Disney a lot of money? He did one of those things.
Fly.
Right. I don't know. I feel like I'm very angry about this movie.
You are. Like, way more than I am.
I'm so sorry. No, here's the thing, though. When I walked out of it, Sarah's like, how was it? And I was just like, it was okay. But now I just realized, no, I'm very angry about it. And I think the fact that I watched the original is what's, it's just like, there's no need for this. Like, and now I fully believe that. And like, why? Why, God, why? Because he was a baby?
Because he was a baby. No.
Because he was a baby.
No, because they want... No, that's full.
I wish you committed to that because you were starting to, and I was just like, yes.
Oh, it'll come back.
I know. Sorry, what were you saying, Becky?
No, because it's money. Dumbo didn't need to be remade. None of those movies need to be remade.
It's always the next surefire thing.
Yeah.
And
granted, I haven't seen a lot of the remakes. I saw Maleficent. That one I actually liked. That might be an unpopular opinion.
Spoiler, there's a sequel coming out.
I'm excited. I'll go see it.
They all seem very like hit or miss for me, the remakes. Like I didn't like Cinderella. I thought it was boring.
I didn't get to see that one yet.
Cinderella's kind of boring. But hey.
Pete's Dragon?
What's her name?
The girl
Haley.
No.
Agent Carter is in it.
Oh, Haley Atwell. Haley Atwell.
She's in.
That makes me.
She's the mom.
See it. I like
Cinderella.
Her.
Yeah, she's like Cinderella's real mom.
Oh, she's the good mom.
So she's only in it for like 5 minutes, and I was like, "You're beautiful. I love you, Haley Atwell."
Can we just talk that?
Be in everything.
Yes, exact. Thank you.
She was in Christopher Robin.
I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't seen that one.
It's good. I loved it.
See, I'm afraid I will cry all of the tears when I see it.
I had so many feelings.
Here's the thing. If you're going to do... Look, I mean, I like this movie, but Hook did it first, technically. It's where you grow up or whatever.
It is very similar to Hook. But a little with one huge difference that I really appreciated. And I don't want to tell you if you don't want to know.
Okay.
No, you can tell me. I don't care.
Yeah, it's okay.
So...
Spoilers.
In Hook, he's very disbelieving that any of this is happening.
Oh, yeah. In this one, he's just like, oh.
In Christopher Robin, he's like, no. He has the moment where he's like, no. And then he's like, he never denies that Pooh's real or that he like hallucinated it. Pooh is 100% real. And I greatly appreciated that. Like, it's not just his imagination. Pooh is real.
Yeah.
You know what? As a 40-year-old who still sleeps with a funty that my grandma made me when I was 3, I can appreciate that.
I respect that.
Very cute.
Yeah.
And, like, Beauty and the Beast, I enjoyed. It had, its issues. But I enjoyed it for the most part.
Here's the thing. Like, Kyle and I talked about it. Matter of fact, big shout out to Kyle, who was supposed to be here tonight, but she's not feeling great. So, Kyle, we hope you're doing okay. Please get better. But we talked about it. And at the end of the day, like, I don't love that movie. Like, but I don't feel as angry with that one as I do this one because they fixed some problems I actually had with the original animated film.
Yeah. And
then they kind of bungled some other stuff. But, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't... Like, I would probably watch that movie. I have no want to watch Dumbo again, sadly. Or not watch all of it. Like Beauty and the Beast, I could watch all of it again and be like, oh, it's an entertaining movie for the most part. It's not the original.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's its own separate thing. But this one, I'm just like,
I just want to watch the parts where Dumbo's happy.
It's really only one part.
He's so sad the whole time.
I know.
He has those big eyes.
And I'm like, I just wanna, like, and I hate the parts where they're mean to him. Like, I remember as a kid, I had trouble with that in the animated movie. And
why you
like, he's just a baby. You gotta not be. Don't be mean to him.
And they're like, he's not a real elephant. What is this monster? I'm like, he legit just has huge ears. Like, I don't understand the problem here.
He's not massively deformed. He doesn't have 3 heads.
Girls. Dumbo over there is Fraak. That's a line from the original Dumbo, by the way.
It is.
Because Mrs. Jumbo's friends, aka the other women in the circus,
bitches.
They are. And of course, one girl's just like, I don't understand the problem. He just has big, stupid ears. And they're just like, well, I never, or whatever. I'm just like, oh, dear God.
They're not stupid. They're just big. And he'll grow into them.
Or he won't, and he'll fly forever.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that at the end when he was flying. I was like, if he grows into his ears and he cannot fly anymore, what's that like?
Oh, that's
existential
Dumbo too.
problem.
Existential Dumbo.
He cannot
I kind of want to see
fly anymore.
See,
he once had freedom, and now it's gone.
I went to the super dark place on that one, which is he gets hunted down and killed because he's a flying elephant and he's clearly a target.
Yeah,
like not just. No, I know. I
did too. I told you.
No, yeah.
The other elephants just murder.
No, so not only would the elephants try to murder him, but then you have big game hunters going. There he is. We have Mrs. Jumbo. Holy shit! What's that? It's a flying elephant. Oh, that's clear target. And you're just like, well, that sucks.
What a waste.
See, I kind of bought into it. I was just like, he found his people.
I did for a second.
Made me think about how we've killed most of the elephants, and I was just oh.
Yeah. Did you hear a thing that the scientists just figured out? It's not with elephants; it's with frogs. Where
I've seen Jurassic Park. It sounds like a bad idea
already. No, it's not. It's not cloning or anything like that. It literally is something where there is a spore that they believe is a human pathogen that has actually poisoned half the frog population. And from what they're now telling is that actually like almost 80% of the frogs across the world are dead. And so what we're seeing, we think it may be a lot, but it's really
like something that came out of us.
Like a disease of some kind that then like mutated,
that they thought was just
like, kind of like how mad cow impacted us. It's something weird like that mutated one of their diseases, and it's some. It was by the BBC, like and I was just like, flu. I was like, holy
basically,
shit.
People just suck.
Well, I mean, animals do it too the other way.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
It gave us, swine flu and mad cow disease and all that stuff. Yeah. All right, so can I also say like Colin Firth? I also felt like
Colin
Farrell, sure. There's so many Collins nowadays.
Colin Firth is British, thank you.
Well, and he's Irish, right?
Whatever. Maybe he's Irish.
Oh, you
terrible! Oh no!
Well, way to stick up for him and then not fully know.
British, right? But Colin Farrell is Irish. I think.
I was just saying, like, if you're gonna call me on that, know what fucking where he's from, and you didn't.
I thought Colin Firth was British. He's the older one.
He is.
He's Mr. Darcy.
Mr. Darcy.
Yeah. He's British, and Colin Farrell is Irish,
right?
You know what, Mr.
We're gonna go with
Mr. Farrell. Let me give you a hint. You're already doing stuff for. You need to play Mr. Darcy and just muddle this whole problem up even more. Like that way, everyone can like. It's like Kingsman. I've never seen it. Mr. Darcy. Oh, that guy.
Oh, see, whereas I've only seen bits and pieces of what's the one, Pride and Prejudice, because I don't like Jane Austen. Don't kill me.
I've never seen it.
I don't love
I've only ever seen the zombies one.
Much.
Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which I loved. Full disclosure.
I feel like I need to give
That's
away my
the one you need to watch.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. My father loves that movie.
I have seen Kingsman. But the first one, I haven't seen the second one yet. I loved Kingsman.
Second one's so much not as good. It's like Kick-Ass. It's not as good, but it's very entertaining. Actually, I would say it's way better than Kick-Ass 2 was. Kick-Ass 2, I had tons of problems with.
I've never seen either of the Kick-Asses.
The first Kick-Ass, I mean, it's a little Kick-Ass, but it's also really like very vulgar, and that's kind of.
Oh God,
point.
no!
No. Well, hey. I love her dearly, but my wife started watching a little bit with me, and when the 12-year-old showed up and started saying F this, F that, and it's like, by the way, if you need us, just go call the mayor's office. He'll shine a light in the sign. What's the sign of? It's a giant cock. And she's just like, I can't do this. This is not. And also, she's killing people. That sends a poor message. And this is her teacher brain kicking in. And I'm just like, I respect that. This is a fucking great movie.
It's a poor message. Murder is wrong.
Murder is wrong. Right. Little things like that. But Colin Firth, he was also in Mary Poppins Returns, played the bad guy in that.
He did.
Yes.
He did.
He did a good job.
He did.
He always does a good job.
Yes, he does.
Colin Farrell, though, I do like him.
I like him too. I
feel like he's on a Disney kick right now.
He is. He's been in several the last few years.
So this is as a hardcore Disney fan. When I was growing up, there was one actor he was in a Guardians movie. He was in tons of Disney movies.
Kurt Russell?
Boom.
Yeah.
And so when I grew up, when Kurt Russell was doing Tango and Cash and like Little China, Big Trouble in Little China, all these big 80s movies, and my parents were talking like, oh, we love Kurt Russell. Overboard, great movie.
My mom has the biggest crush on Kurt Russell.
I'm not going to lie. I have a crush on Kurt Russell. He's boss.
He is. His hair's always fly, too.
Oh, it is. Like, even like old, even with like young makeup to make him look young, at this age, he looks boss and fly. And he's also no nonsense, no bullshit, which I think is kind of like he's a straight shooter. I feel like when in some interviews, yeah, that's what he does. He's like, hey, pew pew. But he was like in every movie you looked at Disney in the 60s and 70s, if you think of it and it was successful, it had Kurt Russell in it, or it had the one guy from Hogan's Heroes, like he was in Gus and a few other movies. Just like, you know what I mean? So it's one of those. I was like, is he like the new guy doing like in the 2000s to whatever, the late 2000s? Like,
got that cush job.
Yeah, he's got that cush like reoccurring Disney role. He just shows up in Disney movies as the troubled father.
Yeah, it's true. In Saving Mr. Banks, he was the troubled father.
Yeah.
He was Mr. Banks.
So I guess that leads to the first, like, I think 5 minutes he was on screen, he just looked like, I'm in another fucking Disney movie playing a similar role. And then after that, when Dumbo showed up and then he was like, I have to take care of the elephants. You can't do this to me, Medici, or whatever. Then it was like, oh, I feel like I'm totally invested in what he's doing. I felt like, I don't know. It was very bizarre. I felt like he made some weird acting choices, or Burton used weird edits.
Well, he just came back from World War I.
Oh, I understand.
He's fucked up. Brooding and gorgeous. And his wife is dead.
You know what?
He doesn't know his children
You're right.
anymore.
I'm sorry. The brooding part and looking hot. Completely. That's what I missed out on.
He was
and now
beautiful.
it all makes sense. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense.
A little bit of eye candy for the ladies.
Yeah. Lost his arm. Tragic.
Yeah, lost his arm.
And everyone,
when he's
walking through the circus camp, everyone just stares at his missing arm. I was like, damn, guys.
Like, wow.
That was good.
That's,
oh, can I also say, and Burns sometimes either does really well with this or doesn't do it well at all, but he did a good job with getting the other people, not the big players in the circus, but even like the small, like the other circus players, did good job casting on them.
Yeah.
Like the Little Mermaid girl who sang "Baby Mine," which that was good, but weird how they. I mean, I figured they were going to do something like that to do the song.
Yeah.
But they didn't do the full one either, which was kind of which I get.
Yeah, they. Yeah.
But
they'd shaved 10 seconds off of Michael Keaton at the end.
At the end, in the credits.
You know what? Every movie is either dependent on either keeping those 10 seconds of Michael Keaton going ape shit in, or like, so I'm talking about even other movies where it's like they're not as good. It's like, no, just take 10 seconds from
just throw in Michael
Keaton from Dreamland, him destroying Dreamland for 10 seconds and looking fucking nuts and insane. And just flipping badges or whatever. And it's like, what does this one do? And he just turns it anyway. And I'm like, what?
They're like, don't do that.
What are you doing? Like, at least just say, like, at least show them going, I don't know, sir, maybe you shouldn't do, and then fucking turn it. It's just like, he's like, what does this do? He throws it anywhere. Like,
it's 1919. It's not
19?
like...
Oh, it's like it's 2019, Becky. What are you talking about?
No, it's 1919 in
well,
the movie.
Took a turn there, everybody.
It's not like electricity was like...
That's
old
true.
hat. I mean, it was still...
Yeah,
like it was still... like fairly new and, you know, not nearly as maybe safe as it is now.
Who thought he was going to die at the end? Anyone? elephant.
I mean, he was up in that tower and stuff was like going splode
like
all over
everyone
the
else
place.
left. The moment they showed people leaving the room with him and just leaving him there to again another 10 more seconds and then flipping fucking switches.
They killed the guy at the beginning of the movie.
That's true.
In
Fuck
the
that
circus
guy.
tent.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Still.
good
I was
riddance,
glad.
asshole.
Good
So
riddance to
I thought-
bad rubbish.
Now, see, I like that too. Now, again, I like that because I thought, oh, that's a guy that would probably want to get rid of the elephants and probably get Michael Keaton involved to whatever. And then it's like, no, he pissed Mom off, got her sent to the Mad Elephant place, but he still died in the process. I was like, that's a good twist.
Serves
Because I
him
feel
right.
like normally
Fuck
he
that
would
guy.
be tied
Baby,
to the
fuck
bad guy
you.
in the end. Also, the weird dude who, like, he's like, if the elephant doesn't perform well, I'll have some new shoes. And I was just, it took me literally, like,
Yeah.
the next
That guy.
scene to go, like, oh shit,
Fuck that
elephant
guy.
shoes.
Dude, he said that, yeah. He's
No,
like,
I know, but
are
I
those
just-
shark? No.
I didn't get, no, I swear to God, it did not really hit me. And because,
Colin Farrell did. He was like, oh,
yeah.
That's not okay.
No, Colin Firth has to come. I was like, Nick, Colin Farrell's in this scene right now, and I want you to know, manners always make the man. Sorry. No, the one dude who played the Pakistani gentleman had one of my favorite jokes too, outside of Danny DeVito and the monkey, which was, that's a bunch of crap. That's not real. And he's like, okay, then, and just flips the snakes at him, and all the adults in our audience was just like, boom, yeah, and all the kids were like, oh, like snakes. It was really weirdly funny. Snakes.
I'm like, Snake Charmer guy, you're my favorite.
Yeah, but
is great.
and I liked it too. Where this is why I really like the strong guy, the snake charmer. They all have like little moments with Dumbo, which I really
at
liked.
first
Yeah.
he was a fake strong man because he was just like flinging his thing around, and then later on he's holding like 4 women up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's really actually strong.
Well, and also they did the thing where he has this big barbell at the very beginning when he first meets the dad,
And
he
tosses
tosses it to the skinniest guy in the
Yeah.
background, and he doesn't fall and drop with it, which I thought was going to happen, which was funny. Which was he just picked it up like it was like not even like 1
Like
pound
nothing.
ball and just kept walking.
Which it
Yeah.
might have been. I mean, that might have been a fake like barbell, but like he also like had like moments where like no,
He
that
also does
dude's,
accounting. He also does contracts. He does publicity and marketing for them.
We all wear many hats.
Yeah, oh yeah. We all wear many hats. Also, can I just say it was nice to see Michael Keaton and Danny DeVito reunited, but they're on opposite spectrums
Oh my God,
of like
they
the
were reunited.
yeah, because of Tim Burton's Batman
Yep.
Returns, which in my opinion is the better of the two,
Yes.
and
Is
hit.
the best Batman movie ever. That
Ooh, dropping that little nugget in there. we need to revisit that at another podcast.
I feel like we maybe need to watch them, like do like a rewatch,
I would totally do that.
and then I would do that.
Now, will we do all the Batman movies?
Fuck yeah.
Or
because I stand by my statement.
shit.
Do we?
Damn, even
Okay.
like the Dark Knight.
I stand by.
Or are you talking about that era? of
Do we
Batman?
have
I
to watch
stand
the
by what
Clooney
I
Batman
said.
movie?
Okay.
We can
Because I
suffer
saw
through it.
that one. I mean, it's eye candy.
Is it?
Which one?
Clooney's hot. Chris O'Donnell's hot. I had the biggest crush on Chris O'Donnell.
Here's the thing. I do wonder in the back of my head that if we all rewatch Batman and Robin now, will we realize it's a bunch of schlock and go like, oh, that's a great movie. Like it becomes a cult classic. Because I just don't think it hasn't happened yet. But that's my fear.
I mean,
I don't
it's
want
silly.
that to happen. Like, well, I thought Alicia Silverstone was good casting, and Chris O'Donnell was good in the last one. I don't blame him, or the same guy thing with Alfred. And I also don't blame Schumacher as much.
Good Alfred.
Because
I
he
love him
was.
so much.
Because Schumacher did Batman Forever, and I like Batman Forever.
That's the Val Kilmer one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Those all came out a long time ago. I've seen them all.
No, yeah.
Like in the
Are
theater.
we also including Lego Batman in this?
Ooh.
I haven't seen that one, but
It's
I would
really good,
totally
actually.
watch it.
I have it if you would like to borrow it.
It's really
No,
good.
because I won't watch it. Not,
You're honest, you're
Not
honest.
because I don't want to. Just I'll borrow it, and then
Damn it.
it'll just like sit there.
I do that too.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
I'll see it at some point. Like I'll be home and I'll be like, Amazon, find me a movie.
And
It's worth watching.
Batman,
It's good.
lady.
Yep.
And it throws shade at like literally every other Batman.
Nice.
No, it does. Which here's the thing. It's a very funny and it's a very good movie. I still didn't love the whole, like, what the big twist was between Joker and Batman. Like, why does Joker do things? And I was just like, yeah, I guess. Okay. But it's a great movie.
Did you see Lego Movie 2? They have a song called Gotham City Guys. It mentions all the Batmans.
Oh, my god.
It's great. It's a phenomenal
I heard
song.
that movie's really good, but it's just not done good box office, which is sad.
I liked it a lot.
See,
and it has more songs in it. And it, like, has songs that make reference to the first one. Like, there's Everything is Awesome in the first one, and this one is Everything's Not Awesome. And, like, there's songs in it, and they make reference. They're like, oh, my God, are we in a musical? Like, they're all horrified by it. They're like, there's only, like, 3 songs, but they're just like, oh, God.
Do you mind if I ask a spoiler question for that movie?
No, go ahead.
Because I have a theory. Is it the little sister? Is that what the new twist? Okay, I figured that's what it was. Sorry. Have you seen the original Lego
No,
movie?
I haven't. It's
okay. So that makes no sense to you then.
Nothing spoils anything, because I will either forget or it just doesn't.
Fair enough.
Sometimes I don't want spoilers. Like going into a Star Wars movie, I don't want spoilers.
No, I agree with that. Or I would say like a Sixth Sense like movie.
Yeah, there's some things I don't care about.
Yeah, but the Lego movie, ooh. No, I will say the twist on the first one was actually a pretty good one. If you don't know anything about it, I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
Not really. Because
I like the Lego, like when they did like the Lego Star Wars Droid Tales. Have you seen them?
I saw like one of them.
Okay, well, it's like all the Star Wars movies, but like it's in 20-minute segments, and it's like from 3PO's point of view. It's like story time with like 3PO and R2 and like evil droids.
Ba-boom! That's one of my favorite parts of Jedi.
Amazing.
Is him telling that story.
And I think Jar Jar Binks dies in every epised somehow. Like even the ones he's not in.
Yes, he does. Yeah, he just shows up and he dies, and you're just like, that's horrible.
And amazing.
It is, and there's a part of me, it's just like, poor Jar Jar doesn't deserve that. Well, I watched Clone Wars, because I know you've seen a few.
I've seen a few.
Are you guys skipping the Jar Jar episodes?
No, he watched them.
So I will say, like, not all of them are good. They're some of them are passable.
I saw a couple of them; they weren't bad.
The ones with Mace Windu, where it's just him, it's like towards the last season.
Yeah,
that's really good. Where it's just like, because Mace is just like very dismissive because he's like, it's Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit about Jar Jar Binks. Like, I have to take you here because the queen of the tribe asked me to take you.
Yeah,
and she doesn't trust Jedi, so. And I don't trust you to communicate well with anything or anyone. Yeah, because he's like, can you tell them that I said this? Oh, me can try that, but me so don't think that's gonna work. And then he tries to tell him and it doesn't work. And he's like, me and bomb bad Jedi. Anyway, but no, it was really good. Like Sarah, who's not a big fan of, she finally watched the prequels and she wasn't a big fan of them. She's like, makes them good. And I also don't hate Jar Jar anymore. Like, he's mildly okay to deal with. Anyway, we're not talking about Star Wars. Sorry,
oops, got off topic.
Well,
sorry, yeah.
We've
a tangent there.
Yeah, a little tangent. So, what else do we got? Colin Farrell was good. If Colin Firth was in it, he would have been equally as good.
He would have been phenomenal.
He would have.
He's good
wonderful.
in everything.
He is.
Does anyone not like Colin Firth? Because every consensus I've seen has been like, Colin Firth.
Who doesn't like Colin Firth?
Is it your husband?
Assholes. No.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, that took a turn. Whoa.
No, I think I
was about to be like, Travis.
No, I don't know if he has much of an opinion on Colin Firth.
So do you just call everyone assholes, or is that just a thing that you're... Sorry, I don't know. I was kind of troubling Larry King from the middle of Ghostbusters where he's just leaning forward to the microphone.
That's who doesn't like Colin Firth, because he's delightful.
He is.
Even when he's a bad guy, like, he's still delightful.
I know, isn't that sad? Like, you can see some actors and it's like, they're the bad guy. Like, there's no hint to it. And sometimes that's how good they are, but sometimes it's also like how the movie frames them. Like, Mary Poppins, I think they were trying to be a little bit more like, is it the two bankers or is it him? Like, he might be a good guy, but I was like, no, he's a fucking...
Yeah,
he's totally
don't play
evil.
me.
But I don't... No, right, but I'm just like, I don't know if that's his performance or how the movie framed it. Like, I can't... But that's good. Dumbo is just like, oh, yeah, he's totally evil. Like,
yeah,
right,
there's not
even a guess.
Look how clean he is. Frickin' Michael Keaton.
He's got his big car and his gorgeous
fancy.
woman.
He's fancy with the white things on their black shoes. I don't know what they're called.
Spats?
That's the word.
Spats.
God, it's fancy spats.
Okay, That's what Scrooge McDuck wears, and I never can remember that. But it's spats. It looks because he doesn't wear shoes. Thank you, Becky. You've solved the great debate. What is on Scrooge McDuck's shoes?
There's a song.
Now we can all sleep at night.
In Cats, where spats are mentioned.
Are you serious?
I am. Is it Busterford Jones? Or?
Is not skin and bones.
In fact, he's remarkably fat. He doesn't.
You guys are.
He has it or not. Anyway.
No. I feel actually ashamed because
street cat.
I like musicals. I have never seen or heard Cats.
You just have to listen to the soundtrack. There's not much of a story. It's nonsensical. Not even the best song on the. Not even remotely the best song on the.
Ooh, that's.
No, Mr. Mistopheles. That's the best song.
Growl Tiger's Last Stand is the best song.
We're getting some conflicting reports here.
McCavity.
Oh, that's a good one. Wow, you guys are really conflicting. First off, you guys are conflicting with each other, and then you start conflicting with your own self on top of their confliction.
I was remembering more songs.
No,
so many good songs.
I understand. Fair enough.
So many good songs.
And then some boring ass songs.
Yeah.
So here's the thing that bothers me about Cats. It was also there's a lot of if the songs are good, then that's different, and then you're watching the experience. But it's like a lot of people said everything you guys just said, where it's like, oh, the music's so good. There's no real plot, and some of the songs are boring. But it's also like one of the longest running shows ever on the history of Broadway.
Well, the whole plot is literally they're deciding which cat gets to be reborn and live its 9 lives. Yeah. And so all the songs are introducing the cats that are up for
nomination.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So it's a presidential election.
And some of them nominate themselves. They're like Rum Tum Tugger. He's like, hey. He's the
I wish you guys
cat.
could see Jessica doing that, because here at D4K Studios, we're in a basement, and the basement's a little chilly. She's covering up, and literally she's just like who's the girl from Sunset Boulevard?
Norma
Desmond just flung off the backhand, and it was like, hello, boys.
Or if you're like me and have never seen that, but you've seen Anastasia.
Or there's that too, yes.
Grandmama.
It's
me. Anastasia.
She just did it again, by the way, guys.
We're real bad at staying on topic.
It's okay.
It's okay. Well,
no, what makes Cats so much fun, though, is because we're just...
Dumbo, in parentheses, cats.
Water back into my bottle
because the lyrics are like fabulous because it's T.S. Eliot poetry and the lyrics are so good. Sorry,
there might be a wet spot.
It needed to be said.
I don't even know how to start from that. It's a weird thing. Guys, just know that a weird fucking story just happened, and we cut it for time because that's how awesome Will is.
That's how much we care about.
That's how much we care about you. Jesus. Let's be fair. It's really we care about me telling a really stupid story. I would say shitty, but then you could say pun intended, and that's just not fun.
So I did like the colors in the movie.
Taking us back. Thank you. Away from cats.
Like, especially at the end when it ended with, like, the really bright colors.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I really liked the colors at the end and, like, the...
Which is funny because when you get to Dreamland...
It's all shiny and...
Well, I thought it was very gray, muted tones when you got there. So it is bright and shiny, but...
New.
Oh, yes.
So it's all shiny, but dark and ominous.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And then, like, they're a little dirty at the beginning when they're just in the Danny DeVito circuits.
Yeah.
And Casey Jr. with his smiles
Casey Jr. going down the track.
Clearly we do not know the lyrics.
It's been a long time.
And it was Danny Elfman, as usual.
Which
Tim Burton.
That was... Okay. I liked his music for the most part.
I almost always do like his music.
I do too.
It took me a little longer
to recognize it was his.
I wasn't like totally paying attention.
Yeah.
And then I was like 3/4 of the way through. I was like, oh, that's a Danny Elfman.
Yeah. So
that's a Danny Elfman move
that happened to me.
It.
That happened to me too. Like we're halfway through. My thing was I'm listening to the music. I was like, this score is really beautiful. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really sound like Danny Elfman right now. Wait, this is Tim Burton. It has to be Danny Elfman. Is it Danny Elfman? Because sometimes he does like scores that sound like him but don't sound like him, and because he's good, he's not going to sound like the same all the time,
right?
So I was just like, holy shit! And then there was one part where I was like, "There's Danny Elfman, yeah." And then the end credits.
I think I had like the exact same
right
process,
and I'm just like, yeah, this has to be like, what is the fucking Tim Burton movie? It has to be Danny Elfman, but
yeah, the score was nice, and he did a good job of bringing in the songs, into the score.
Yes, he did.
I was like, look at you tricking me.
There was I felt like, also, can we also say, too, that the animated version, if you guys, I don't know if you guys remember, the voice of Winnie the Pooh, does anyone remember the original voice of Winnie the Pooh?
Not Jim Cummings?
Not Jim Cummings. It was another, oh, bother, yeah, oh, dear. He talked like that for real. Like, that's his normal speaking voice. Oh, wow. He did a lot of cartoon. Oh, he played the voice of Kaa.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's still alive too, which makes me. But he played a stork that delivered Dumbo.
Oh, I remember the story.
And that was like some of the best parts of the. Which it's really funny. It adds some humor. And I was just like, are they gonna do the storks? And so I was also wondering, watching. I was like, why are they in Florida? And why is it there? And why are they doing like the train thing that way? And I realized that's how the movie opens. Is there's a map and it shows like a little city has like looks like it's booming out of the map. Yeah. And it's the circus.
Sterling Holloway.
Sterling Holloway.
He's been dead since 1992.
Oh, has he really?
Good try.
Okay. I thought he was still alive. Why did I feel he was still alive? That's horrible. He's been dead for a while.
Yeah, he was the Cheshire Cat.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hello. Yeah, he has like a very interesting voice. Hello there. Yeah, it's a very.
Was he?
Okay. Sorry, I got completely weirded. No, I missed the stork. Where's the stork at? Add it to the list.
Well.
Yeah. Babies were born with real things. You know,
there was a bird that I think
was
a
right.
stork that appeared.
Right.
Was it on top of was it in a tree or was it on top of the
one of
train
the
car?
Train cars? You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he didn't have any lines or anything, but it was the night Dumbo was born. There was a stork. I'm like, all right,
yeah,
stork.
Now that you say that, yeah, and now I'm just like, oh, that was another wink at the audience.
I can't think of any others off the top of my head because that's how my brain works. It hates me. But it seemed like there were a lot of little winks like that towards the end. Like Danny DeVito humming the Casey Jr. song.
Yeah, that was...
Like every time he was...
And then like the mice in the ringmaster's coat or conductor's coat, whatever it is.
Yeah.
With the hat, but he doesn't speak. That's Timothy.
Yeah.
And he had naked friends.
I'm sorry, what?
His naked mice friends. He was the only one with a coat on. Very dapper.
Okay, sorry, I'm looking for something on my phone, and I am also trying to engage and listen to my guest. And then I just heard naked
friends.
And I was like, what?
Perked me right up. Pun intended.
Who's naked?
What? So I deserve that one. I completely deserve that one 100%. I'm going to completely own up to it. I cannot find what I'm looking for, and it's just really pissing me off.
What are you looking for?
Well, you'll find out in a second.
He's going to drop some knowledge on this.
He is.
Yeah, well, knowledge.
Yeah, I thought the kids did a good job.
Yeah.
And
they did.
Teaching him how to do stuff with a feather and all of that. And her heart-to-heart moment with her key, she's like, I don't need this and you don't either, Dumbo. Toss into the fire. And I was like, oh, that's sad.
That's a bold choice.
That's sad. Wow, little girl. I feel like regrets coming for that, but all right.
Yeah, that was your mom's, man.
Everybody, I cannot find the song, and I'm really sorry. I was trying to find Elephants Fly. I was trying to find that song.
It's on my phone.
Is it really? I thought that song was great. They should have had it in the movie.
It's
Simple.
It's a good song.
It's not even a long song. It's not even a long song.
I feel like some of the like the other, like the people at the circus could have sang it.
Totally.
Also,
but I do feel like they're trying to distance themselves.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
But
it's such a good song.
Which is sad because there's no need to distance from it because of everything they've done. That is not the worst thing they've done. It's called Song of the South. I think that's
Dumbo.
debatable.
Am I misremembering, or are all of the like people who unpack the?
No, it's very vague. It's white. Yeah, no, they're not. They're like almost like big carnies. Like which when I was watching it, I also got the feeling of watching the beginning of Frozen. Which might have been a nod to Dumbo because it's them unpacking and they're kind of singing a song. So they do the Casey June, you're going down the track, and then they have to put up in town where it's raining, and it's them putting together and the elephants, and because there's like 10 elephants, there's like 8 women and or whatever, and then there's Mrs. Jumbo.
They're basically like the bitchy flowers from Alice in Wonderland.
Yes, they are. Yeah, actually, they probably reused some of the same actors.
Yeah.
Because I think Dumbo was their 4th or 5th film. I think maybe, or it was 41. Like it was 1941. Oh no, that would have been further along than I'm thinking.
Wasn't Alice in the 50s?
I think
Am I making that up?
It might have been at the middle to end of. No, it had to be. You're right. It had to be towards the end of the 40s, maybe 50s. Jessica's checking everybody.
I'll find out for you guys.
No, I appreciate that. Oh, that's the wrong thing to click on there.
Clicked on something wrong there.
Uh-oh. Well, if you click on the right thing, it will help you out there, yeah?
1951.
Good.
10 years after.
Look at that. You are... by the way, everybody, I need to point this out on record. Jessica wanted me some DuckTale figurines. Let's be very clear on that. There was a trivia at Mad Lab. All proceeds going to Mad Lab. If you'd like to see Mad Lab shows, go to madlab.net for more information. And we talked about the intro because that's what I do. There was it was a trivia night and it was Disney themed. And here's the thing. I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit. I was really by myself.
You were.
You had Marianne, who's been on this show before, Marianne's Macabre Movie Review. And then Colleen Underwood and a few other people were on the other side, Kristen and Shane and all of them. And I was by myself with my wife, who was useless to me. And I got I was 3rd place? But there were people eyeing the DuckTales things, and I kept saying, I just want the DuckTales thing. I don't give a shit about anything else up there. I'll give whatever to trade for the DuckTales thing. Jessica, you got 1st or 2nd? Second. And Jessica, she just went up and grabbed DuckTales, and she's like, here you go. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then whatever I gave out, I don't remember what I got, and I gave it. You didn't want it, so I gave it to you or gave it to somebody.
I think you gave it to Marianne.
Wasn't the plush animal
for
her cancer charity? So, yeah. So it went to a very happy place for good reasons and stuff. But we need to point that out here, right now on the show. So Jessica's knowledge on Disney far surpasses my own. Because I was just like, I'm ready, and I even asked Dallas, and I was like, I'm ready I know who, at the time, some of them have escaped my memory now, but because I studied, I was like, I know who the Disney's 9 Old Men are. I'm ready for that shit.
He didn't do any of that.
And he didn't do any of that. He barely even touched on, no, it was all on the surface stuff, and I was like, I don't know all the on the surface stuff. Because,
I do.
Yeah, who are the 3 sidekicks of Pocahontas? I was like, raccoon, hummingbird, the wind, and the old lady tree. That's all I knew.
If it's not the fairies from Sleeping Beauty, I don't know. It's Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. And Merryweather's the best.
Since we're talking Disney here, people, we need to point out, I have the game Villainous, and it's amazing.
I played it.
Isn't it so good? They have... in the Fate deck, which you can add to it, or it's actually its own playable game because it's a 3-player game. But so pretty much it's a card game where you're the villains.
Nice.
And each villain is different. So my only thing to people out there, maybe or not, I don't know, would be if you do play it with the other players, have everyone just read every deck of everyone who's playing. Yeah. The only reason why is, for example, if you're Jafar, you have a completely different set of goals than, Ursula does versus then, if you're Captain Hook. I remember Sarah played Jafar for the first time, and she actually God love her, she got a little frustrated because she's just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what your deck does. So, if you pull certain... So, there's a Fate deck and then there's, a villain deck. The villain deck is how you play the game. So, if you're Maleficent, you're trying to, curse each like little piece of land on your board. Once you got all that, you got to then poison Aurora and whatever. You have to have all these things go just right. And there's a fate deck, aka the hero deck, where it's like Prince. What was his name? Prince
Philip.
Prince Philip shows up. You can add a sword to Prince Philip. There's the his father and all this and that, or Aurora's father. There's all the there's King Stefan. There's Merryweather and the other.
She's the best.
I do like Merryweather. I feel like her and Archimedes remind me of each other, like the same personality. And I feel like they might even be drawn by the same person because they're just like, whoa, you know,
they're
very
short and feisty,
which I love.
Me too.
But so you place those cards down, but if you don't know what's going on with the other person's deck, it makes the game it's super harder. Right. And so I would say that's my only thing to people is that don't take too much time doing it, but just go, what is your objective for your character? Can I see your cards? And let them see yours, because then it becomes a thinking man's game, because that's meant to be that. But I feel like if you just jump into it, which can also be fun too, it can be really hectic.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not a normal gamer, which I would say is like the normal gamers would be like, I just want to jump in and play. Let's throw caution to the wind. Chaos. But no, it's a great game though, and the artwork is. Matter of fact, when this is over, I'll show. The artwork is beautiful. So cool. It's so
and like even the pieces.
Oh my god,
they're like abstract representations of the characters. Yes. They're beautiful. Cool.
Yeah, and also mad props here. They had Prince John.
Right.
And I feel like he's one of my favorite Disney villains, but he's not like a top tier villain. He's just one of my weirdly favorite ones.
He's just fun.
He's fun. He's fun. Unlike Scar, who's murderous.
With that Prince John.
Yeah, Sir Hiss. Love that. He's like, Mama!
Calls for Mom.
So, Prince John, the phony king of England. Well, everybody, we've gone through many Jesus. Yeah. So, what else am I... do we have anything else to say about Dumbo? I'm sorry. This is really the point we should get to. Do we have anything else to say about Dumbo?
Not particularly.
He's just a baby.
He's just... Or, you know what we should call it? He's just a baby. And that's what we call the episode.
There we go.
Now, I'm for marketing purposes, I'm going to call it Dumbo. But I want to put the subtitle as, he's just a baby. And then in parentheses, cats. You laugh, but I will do it. And if not, Will politely remind me to do it. So it's in there. Here's the thing, and this is true. I don't know how the subtitle shows up on Apple Podcasts or however you listen to podcasts, but I am intrigued that if you see it, it's going to be there. We're out of there. All right, have a good one. Thanks for being on the show.
Yay.
Get out of here without cheese! You're a creep! Go away! We're having a good time until you showed up, cheapers! Go have some coffee with cream or something! Because I'll tell you something! This is a happy place!